Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be going over the Silver Necropolis faction event and taking a look at the Stormheim trials. I don't have my challenges done, which lets me be able to prepare and look at the trials for the upcoming week, which I love. So we're going to look at that. Look at the team, look at the enemies, see what we can do, maybe the thought process involved with making the team and going forward. I don't think I have barely any of them done. I think I have like the soul one done, like the first one, and that's it. Hopefully it sounds good. What up, Christian? How's it going? You're the first one here. That's pretty cool. But yeah, Silver Necropolis, I already have that done too. I saved a bunch of gems on that. And I have a dog attack story to tell. Happened the other day, so that should be interesting. Already did adventure board, leveling up knight class, sword's edge. I need a kingdom power for that. You should only do that when you're in game. You shouldn't be leveling up crappy classes like me, but I already have all the good ones done. So if we take a look at sword's edge, power 19's asking me to do knight to 100. And I just need 5 more levels, so I've been leveling that up as I do the adventure board, the dungeon, all kinds of stuff. Vault keys. What's up, Ali? You're alive. That's good. Wake up another day. So, yeah, and then I saved a bunch of gems. Or what else did I do? I did the dungeon. Having terrible luck with the dungeon. I've been picking the bottom 3, like, for months now. And I used to get like 1 perfect a week doing that. It's not even been that recently. Maybe 1 every 2 weeks now. Maybe even worse. I'm almost thinking about switching it up, but you know what happens when you switch up something that's complete RNG? Like, you would think if I keep taking the bottom 3 over and over and over, I would get a perfect one eventually, but it's not happening. As you can see, if I pick the bottom 3 here, ascending stairs, then I got the Jinx Trap, and yeah. So I'm going to start buying Dragonite, but I'm waiting till I get over 10k gems, which the thing I did with the Silver Necropolis event helps me towards that. With the Silver Necropolis event, I was already super close to getting to 500 in Silver Necropolis. So instead of going to the shop, spending tons of gems, between 2,000 and 3,000, right? It's somewhere in the middle there. 2,500 is probably a good guess of how much gems you would have to spend to get from 0 to 500, pure faction, deathless, get all your renown to 2,500 in Silver Necropolis. But I was on 470 already, so to save myself like thousands of gems, I just did it on Thursday instead of waiting till Friday. Got it done. I did hoard 177 though. I was really preparing throughout the week. Like I opened a bunch of portals, I got a bunch of treasure, I leveled up my horde, the Associated Kingdoms leveled up. If I had any copies of the pet, I leveled that up. I think I even meddled a couple of the troops, but nothing crazy. Like I wasn't meddling the legendary. But yeah, got it done. So that's another one down. Going down slowly but surely. And what else did I do? Open some vault keys. We got something like 10 days left until the next vault event, and I still have like 300 keys, so I need to open a little bit less than 30 a day. I calculated it a week or so ago, and I needed to do like 25 a day. I must have missed a day or something, or I didn't calculate it right. One or the other. Let me jump into the chat here. Refresh. So today, Silver Necropolis, Stormheim Trials Preview, Vault Keys, the Dog Attack story, maybe some World Event, a little bit of that. But let me get to the chat. What's up, Chad? How's it going? Sane and Ali and Christian? Chad with the 2, thank you so much. At least I think so. And Ali with the gifted. We got the chatathon next weekend. I was thinking about postponing it 1 week for the vault event, But then I thought my way through it, and I was like, man, that's going to really screw up my May. My May is down bad right now, so I really need that chatathon on May. And if I wait until the Vault event, we're going to be into June, and my May is going to look terrible. So I kind of need the chatathon to be during May, or else it would be perfect to wait until the Vault event. But I just can't, because I don't want my May to be terrible. And the chatathon's going to have to save us this month, so it has to stay in May, and the Vault event's not till like June 2nd or something like that. So what are we going to do first? Let's do the Silver Necropolis. Actually, yeah, Silver Necropolis. Allie is alive. Chad took care of Christian, thank you. Allie gifted a membership. It went to Tyrion Shark. He just got out of jail and he's put back in. I love it. Perfect. Wait until Tyrion gets here. Hey, Asane. Chad with the 2, so we got Allie ran out there, got it started, was working on it. The rag hanging out of her back pocket, the shop rag. Chad runs up to help, they get it started, they start annoying the neighbors. Can we get it on the tracks? It started. Will it start going, though? Allie says it is about 2,000. I went from 9,000 to 7. Okay. What up, Crisp? How's it going? Allie said I'd probably miss it if it's during the Vault. Okay, so it's not going to be during the Vault. It's next weekend, so pretty much exactly a week from right now. Well, a little bit earlier in the morning, though. I got to start it early in case it goes 8 hours. But I don't know if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. I got to check with Wifey and see, like, you know, logistics. Silver Necropolis, let's go. So now the way I'm playing Silver Necropolis is just as cheap as possible, trying to get all rewards if I can. We'll see what happens on Sunday. I'm on 110. I'm not super far. If this was a regular faction event where I wasn't super far already in it, I would already be done with the whole event, because I like to get it done on Friday so I can put the videos out, help you guys with the pure faction. But since I already got it done on Thursday, I put the video out already, probably earlier than I would have. Going with Guard's avatar for now. I got Knight class once again, which is helpful to me. Sir Quentin Hadley starts Knights with 50% mana. It just works out for me to level up that class. You know, Leprechaun, of course. These two are always together. And then Koboltine Wand. I think the smart options for this weapon would be either Koboltine Wand or a Boreal Crystal. And I went with Koboltine Wand because it's like perks and everything. Seemed a little bit better. I looked at both of the temperings, or the whatever they're called. It has Bless, it enchants itself, it silences the first enemy. We don't need a green storm with the Arboreal Crystal, so I feel like Koboltine Wand's slightly smarter. But either way, any kind of explodey that doesn't block Guard's avatar would work fine. Let's go. What up, Beg for Mercy? How's it going, Stacy? Alright, let me like my own video. Everybody hit that like, get some more people in here. It does that. Hitting like makes other people see the video and click on it, most likely, hopefully. Hit the like so I can say like a million times during this live stream, because I love that word for some reason. I'm a Valley girl at heart, so I say like a lot. Especially during live streams when, you know, you need that second to pause to think of your next thought. That's like my filler word. I shouldn't have mentioned it, but I'm going to try not to say it as much this one. Alright, so we got Leprechaun or... Oh, another good thing about the Koboltine Wand, it blows up red. Guess who uses red? Guard's avatar. So if you weren't on board already with the Koboltine Wand and you're still doing the Arboreal Crystal, Koboltine Wand blows up red. Doesn't have a green storm that we don't need. It has Bless, it has Enchant, it has Silence the first enemy. Like, there I go already. Alright, let's blow this bad boy up. And Guard's avatar. Gidralis is here, how's it going? Getting that 2 night experience per battle. Trying to get it done quickly. But I love that I saved all those gems, because I'm trying to get to 10k gems. And then I'm going to start buying Dragonite once again. think it's fine to buy Dragonite as long as you're responsible with it and you set a limit and you don't go under a certain limit. And you look ahead and you make sure, oh, there's not a faction that I need coming up soon, or there's not like a Legends Reborn coming up where I'm going to buy a pet. There's no extra gem sink coming for you. Like, make sure you keep an eye on the future. Set a limit. I would recommend like 5,000. Don't go under 5,000 gems. Because you can pretty much do anything in the game with 5,000 gems. It's not ideal, but if you have a stack of 5,000 gems set to the side, you're never going to be surprised by something and not be able to do it. Getting to the point where it's not one-shotting anymore. Sir Quentin Hadley helps with that. Guess we'll do Leprechaun. There's only like 2 green on the board, though. Let's do this. Sometimes you ever shoot off Leprechaun and there's like no green on the board? You feel like an idiot? I do that all the time. Casting Leprechaun is just like you just do it sometimes, and there's only 1 green or something. Or no green. Ever cast a Leprechaun with no green on the board? I think we've all done that before. You probably don't want to admit it. I feel like we've all done that at least once in our life. Cast the Leprechaun with no green on the board, and you're like, don't! Okay, Cobaltine Wand. Guard's Avatar. Cool thing about him, like, it's okay that he doesn't one-shot, because we have so much mana generation around him, and we have the follow-up with Sir Quentin Hadley. It's not going to be that big of a deal until a little bit later. We can get him right back up. If Sir Quentin Hadley can't handle the whatever's left over, we can get back up Guard's Avatar with the 2 mana generators. Not that bad. Wanderful has been a member for 3 months. Appreciate the support there, Juan. Ebony Brown is here. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing pretty good, except for my dog getting attacked. Allie said, just got a good dragon picks. Woot. Did you get a perfect? Geedralis says, I'm level 1430 and still missing loads of mythics, including Guard's Avatar, Pain, and yeah. Well, you know, that was one of my, that's one of the things you focus on at a certain point in the game. You focus on getting those mythics that you're missing. So save up your event keys, save up your diamonds. I mean, you already know what's up, but maybe somebody else is watching and they're also missing mythics, and that's why I over-explain things to people that probably already know, because maybe someone else is listening and they hear as well. But when you're missing mythics, you can't just randomly throw glory keys and gem keys and hope to get... There's too many. There's 100 mythics. You're going to get the same ones, or you're not going to get any, or... So you really just need to save up diamonds and event keys and then target down the ones you're missing. It's not going to happen randomly after a certain point. I call it like mid-game, late mid-game, 1250 or so. Around there. 1250 is what I would consider like late mid-game, early end-game type of deal, depending on whether you have Death Knight armor or not. If you have Death Knight armor, that's like late mid-game. If you're free to play, that's like early end-game. So at that point is when you quit throwing all your keys, all your glory keys, and he comes back around eventually. Like eventually you throw them all again once you have everything, because you just need gems. It's like a cycle of throwing all your keys and not throwing and saving. The super early game, you throw every key you get until you have like half the legendaries, all the epics. Then around late mid-game, early end-game, you start saving all your keys. And you're saving diamonds, you're saving event keys, you're targeting down certain mythics and legendaries that you missed. And you wait for like a new mythic that is good with your glory keys or whatever. Because if you throw them randomly, you're just not going to get anything that you need, and it's going to be a waste. You might, but you're taking a big chance. It's more valuable to save them up and then something good comes into the game as a new Mythic and you know you're going to get it at that point. Instead of randomly throwing keys and hoping, you can make it something that's definitely going to happen when a good new one... Like, Eye of Argus is okay, but it'd be way better to get an Eye of Argus, like a B-tier Mythic, than randomly throw a bunch of glory keys and get a bunch of repeat Mythics that you already have, or like a crappy Mythic like Fallen Vowdies or something. It's one of those things, like joining a guild or turning it to 4 times speed. People, once they realize that they resist against it, they want to throw all their keys, but once they fully buy in, then they're thanking you later. Like, thank you for telling me to stop doing that. I was just getting the same Mythics over and over. Once I started saving them up, that new Mythic came in, and I was able to get it. And now I'm getting every single new Mythic. So it kind of starts to snowball at a certain point. And then super late game, when you have everything, it's like, why not throw all your glory keys? Why not? You're not saving them for anything. You might as well get some gems or something off of it. Allie got the dragons and stairs. She says, Gidralis, I'm still missing about 70 mythics. Sane says, I always miss mythics, so I've learned to play without them. Exactly, Sane. I'm glad you said that. You don't need mythics, too. That's another good point as to why you shouldn't just throw a bunch of keys hoping. Because you can get through the game without mythics. You don't need them. I'm using one right now, but I also showed 2 other teams that did Deathless. The Defiance team did level 400 and, I think, 80 Deathless. The Chalcedony team did level 490 Silver Necropolis Deathless. Neither one of those teams have a Mythic. And they're performing great. I'm gonna go ahead and take Sir Quentin Hadley. That guy will burn to death. The Guardians. Rowan. Chalcedony, Secret Todd. King Gobtruffle. Queen Beatrix. Magma Dragon. Gargoyles. Could go on and on and on. I want to make a video like that again, but I think I've already made that video multiple times, so that would feel like I'm making the same video again. By the way, I'm thinking about doing another new account playthrough since they added a bunch of stuff to the beginning of the game, just to check it out. They took my goblin out. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do without that goblin. I like starting new accounts anyway. It's fun. The only part that's not fun is once you're going on, like, after a few weeks of doing it, you don't really have a bunch of time to devote to the new account if you're going to keep up with your main account. So you quit playing it as much. You know, I really don't even play it off video that much. We don't make a lot of progress. It just kind of stalls out after a while. I need to stop it sooner instead of letting it drag on. If I do another one, I usually do a new account playthrough every summer, and we're getting there. And there's new stuff to look at, and new strategy to try to employ. So maybe like June or July. But I'll only go to I'll go to like 100 and something. Maybe I'll go to 200 this time instead of 250. But I already have 2 of them out there, plus this account. So I've done 3 accounts, probably the most out of anybody that's recording themselves, at least. And I just love doing that so I can help beginners with better advice. It's hard to give advice to beginners if you're level 1500 and you haven't been a beginner in 5 years. Too much stuff changes that it's really just hard to... You just haven't been a beginner in 5 years and the game keeps changing. It's almost impossible to give advice at that point. Give general advice that never changes, but you can't give specific advice. It's too hard. Been there. Get all these questions in your comments from beginners, because those are the most of the people that are going to have questions. Then you can't even answer them because you haven't been a beginner in 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. It's hard to answer. They'll bring up something that you haven't even seen yet. The World Quest. Or something like that. Impossible for you to speak on because you never even played it. Alright, let's get like a few of these done, then we'll move on to Stormheim. Trials for fun. A little bit of world event. Yeah, my dog got attacked the other day. It's our neighbor. So we walk Harvey like every day, of course. Multiple times a day. He loves to go on walks. He's a little Jack Russell mutt. So he's not a big dog. He's definitely not a mean dog. He's a nice dog. Smart dog, fast dog. But my fiance, aka wife, she's the one that walks him most of the time. I'll go with him in the morning, but I won't go at night sometimes. And she was taking him for a walk. Not last night, but the night before. And the neighbor's dog is gigantic. Like, yeah, I'm not exaggerating. When I talk about a snake and you say, yeah, it's a snake story or a fish story, how big it is. Think of a dog that's twice as big as you. It's one of those gigantic dogs. It's a Labradoodle mix with something else that's just, it's giant, whatever it is. I don't see it very often. I see it in the window sometimes. But it got out, like, there's a little girl that lives there. It's the man, the woman, they have a baby, they have like a 12-year-old. And the 12-year-old was like looking out the door at something, and the huge, gigantic dog just burst through the door and ran outside. But he comes right after Harvey every single time. This has happened twice now. And the dog, the neighbor dog isn't mean to people. It's only mean to my dog, I feel like. It doesn't even go after other, I don't know. He's like on a line, like a beeline, right to, supposedly, because I'm not out there at the time. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen what leads up to it. I've only been, whenever I start here screaming, and I'm running, flying down the stairs. So I'm up here, honestly, I was doing my pure faction, trying to make the video. Now I just start hearing screaming. Like panicked. So I throw everything down and run out there as fast as I can. Pretty much immediately, as soon as they start screaming, of course. I don't even think to like bring anything with me, I just run out there. And they're like between two cars. And I don't know what's going on, I just hear a bunch of screaming. So I run to the screaming. And it's my daughter, my wife, my dog. They had the puppy, too. We have a Chihuahua puppy right now. It's like the tiniest thing. It's like the runt of the litter. It's all black. Looks like a little black piggy or a little black bear, a little black hyena. So she's like holding a little tiny black puppy, a leash with Harvey. She's got my 7-year-old out there. And then I heard screaming, so you can imagine me. I pretty much flew down the stairs, literally. Out to the screaming. And supposedly the dog beelined, pushed. The 12-year-old was looking out for whatever reason. The huge dog pushes past her, runs outside, beelines for Harvey, chomps down on him, got him in his mouth. I run out there. Supposedly she throws the puppy in the car, closes the door, And then they're trying to wrestle with this dog and get our dog out of its mouth. So I run out there, I grab the big, huge dog that's 2 times bigger than me, and I pull on his head like as hard as I can. I'm not even grabbing his like collar, I'm just grabbing his fur and his hair, and I pull back as hard as I can, and he lets go. And then I get Harvey inside. They get the other dog. It's not like a huge story about it. I run out there, I grab the dog by the head, I jerk his head off, I jerk as hard as I can, and he lets go. And then I get my dog inside. And I'm like, where's the puppy? You know, the puppy's tiny. This thing could eat it like a Cheerio. And it's after all the hysteria. I can't even get a straight answer because they're being so hysterical. I'm pretty calm when it's like a emergency situation. I'm asking, like, where's the puppy? Is Harvey okay? How did that dog do that anyway? Of course, I knew my daughter was okay because this dog doesn't like attack humans. For some reason, it just loves to treat my dog like a chew toy. So I'm like, where's the puppy? She said, oh, she threw him in the van after a while of hysteria and asking 50 times. I know everybody's okay. We're inside. He got like a piece of his fur is like gone. There's like a chunk of skin missing on his butt. So now he's got like this giant patch of fur missing. And it's just a chunk of red. Like he got scalped or something, like on his butt. And then he chewed on him a little bit everywhere, but that was the worst. That's probably when I pulled him off. So he's pretty messed up right now. We might have to take him to the vet. Of course, it always happens at the worst time. It's like Thursday night. We're seeing how he's doing Friday. He's doing better. We got him some medicine. We got him some bandages, medicine, all kinds of stuff. Now we're like deciding if we're going to take him to the vet or not, if it's bad enough or whatever. Trying to see if he's okay. Can't really ask a dog if he's alright. But he's still like, he's peeing, he's peeing, he's pooping, he's walking, he's laying down, he's going outside again. Like, he's okay. But it was like worse than the first time. The first time the same exact thing happened, but the dog didn't like get to attack him as much. And anyway, Harvey got used as a chew toy 2 days ago. And I ran out there and I don't know, I was about to start, I don't know, I'm not going to say what I was going to do if the dog didn't let go. Luckily it let go and I pulled on its head. Because who knows, I probably would have been Mike Tyson out there. Alright, what are y'all saying? Link to my Discord, thank you. Level 1530 is Ali. Gidrala says, I only craft weapons. All mythics came from throwing keys or legendary tasks. You must have a ton of diamonds. Sane says, hit that like button. Tesla buff is awesome too. 2-strike team. That is the truth. I said it on Monday. She got a buff. And it was a good one. When something goes from like 3-to-1 to 4-to-1, that's bigger than it sounds. Tesla or Queen Bee? Yeah, her cleanse. Queen Beatrix is always a good option if you think you're going to need a cleanse. She's always good no matter what. If you can use Queen Beatrix, freaking use her. Let's just do it. In these battles, I just like putting the skulls on the board and hoping there's enough I can use them all. Here I am blowing up a crappy leprechaun again. And a crappy Koboltine wand. And another crappy leprechaun. But it's fine. We win. It's hard to explain to beginners, yeah. I think he's okay. He's doing everything. If he wasn't like... we're gonna decide on Monday. Like I said, it always happens at the worst time. Like, the vet's probably not even open right now. And if they are, it's Saturday. Sunday, they're probably closed. Whenever some borderline crap happens, it's always on the worst day. Thursday night, or Friday night, or... Tyrion, you got a gifted membership again. Did you see that? Allie said we had a Jack. He survived a mountain lion attack. I know, he's so tough. I didn't know my dog was so tough. Only thing I worry about is he won't lay down too much. He's laying down right now, though. I guess it would be bad if he lays down too much, but he's standing. He's just standing there, like, trying to walk it off. I think we can do this. He's trying to walk it off like a badass. Tim says, oh boy, bet she went off on you. She didn't go off on me. She was going off on the neighbor. She went over there and yelled at him. I didn't do anything. I saved the dog, so... She was happy with what I did. I didn't hesitate. And I ran out towards the screaming and I saved my dog's life, so she was happy with that. She's just too hysterical. It almost makes me worried, like... She gets too crazy. She wants to, like, beat people up instead of, like, taking care of our dog that's hurt. She'd rather go over there and fight somebody. I'm like, I don't know. Probably saying too much. Yeah, we'll probably go to the vet just in case. We dragged you back in, Tyrion. He's walking around plotting his revenge. I don't know, I imagine him walking around and he's just thinking, doo 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 doo. He's got a real tiny head, you know? He's a tiny head. He's super fast and brave, though. What sucks is he's on a leash. She's holding a puppy. She's got her 7-year-old. Like, Harvey could get away if he was not on a leash. That dog could never catch him. This is like the fastest dog in the world. Like Flash. Whenever he gets away, it takes us forever to catch him. So if he wasn't on a leash, I said next time just drop the leash and let him run, because he could definitely outrun that dog. But then you gotta, like, think about, well, what if they do fight somewhere far away and then we can't get to them? I don't know. You never know what to do until something's happening. Can't really even plan it. I'm like, how's this happened twice? Don't you look for... He just beelines it. Like, why can't Harvey smell him coming? I don't know. I have all... I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying, like, it's happened twice now. Both times I wasn't out there until it was already happening. Sane says, my cat attacks dogs sometimes just to tease them. Allie says, funny how dogs don't recognize size. Big dog, little dog, doesn't matter. Yeah, this thing's huge. Maybe not the biggest dog you ever saw, but pretty close. There's some, like, Great Danes out there that are bigger. It's like, you know, what's that movie, Beethoven? Picture that dog. That's the dog. It's Beethoven. Remember that old movie with that giant Beethoven dog? That's what it was. It's not some, like, Rottweiler or Pit Bull or Great Dane or anything, but it's like the Beethoven dog, literally. It's not even, like, mean. It just hates my dog for some reason. Yeah, I don't even know exactly what the breed is. It looks like that. Looks like a Saint Bernard. I'm not sure, though. What up, Bert? How's it going, man? I was telling my dog attack story. My dog got attacked by another dog. I'm gonna do that while I have alignment. I don't know why, because the guard's avatar is gonna hit everybody for the same thing no matter what. So it doesn't matter if I take out the first enemy. I just had alignment. Kind of feels weird to cast Sir Quentin Hadley before guard's avatar, like it's not supposed to be. He's not scatter damage, so no matter what, he's gonna hit for the same. That's why I like Rowan better than guard's avatar a lot of the time, because Rowan does the scatter damage, so if you take out the first enemy, she's just gonna hit harder. Imagine if guard's avatar was scatter damage. That'd be sick. Hunter says my husky absolutely loves people, but will pounce on any animal it can. This thing had beeline. Beeline. That's the word for it. Can't even react in time. And the little girl was trying to help, of course. They're not bad people. They just need to control their dog. She was out there trying to pull him off, too. Let's see. Do we have alignment? That would be green to skull or... Yeah, we do. Might as well take extra turns. Why not? And this might do it. Yep. Bert with the 2. Thank you so much. You guys got that thing out there on the tracks. It's starting to move. Everybody buckle your seatbelts. We might not go very fast or far, but you gotta buckle them up just in case. Got Chad, Allie, and Bert. They got it moving. Got this stream moving. We're not just sitting in the train station picking our nose. We're moving along. Got alignment again. I don't know why I like to do that. Just because it's an extra turn. Get them back up. Cast them again. Type stuff. Weaken the first enemy. Do we got anything here? Got how many? 6 and 12. Let's do 12. Trey gifted a membership. Ali is the engineer. Chad is the conductor. Bert is the big bicep bodyguard. Trey is the shoveler. We got Hunter's hybrid media too. Thank you. So you're the shoveler. Then Trey is the bandit kicker, back guard. Anya got gifted. That's awesome. It's perfect. Tyrion and Anya so far is perfect. Our memberships dropped, but that's always expected. You know how it goes. We had like 100 and something. It was in the teens, like 113 or 111. It dropped down to like 93 the other day. Because it always happens all at once. But it's fine. That's still a lot. I really appreciate it. But yeah, next time you see a faction event, and you're thinking about investing in it and getting it to 500, see how far you already are down there. I'm sure you keep better track than I do. I kind of just wait for events. I could have done Silver Necropolis like weeks ago, but I don't even really pay attention anymore until it's time to do it. I'm kind of in my own head. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to do the events as they pop up. I'm not going to go down there and target things down. I got too much other crap to do. Even that's a good usage of time. If you do your 3 delves a day, you're doing stuff right. Just at a certain point, you're like, I don't need any of the rewards down here. I'm patient enough to where I can wait for the events to come through. There's too much other stuff to do each day. It's hard to ever get to that. It's on the list. Like, I have a list of things I would do each day if I had... Imagine I had like 4 hours to play today. I would have priorities and like a list of things I would do, and delves would be on there at some point, but I just never get to it. Delves is like an hour and a half in or something like that. And I only play like an hour a day or so these days. So I just never get to it, but it's on the list. I usually jump on and... This week I've been getting my crowns out of the way first because I feel like that general dude just pops in everywhere and kind of screws things up sometimes. Like if you're trying trials or something like that and he pops in. He can help and he can hurt. So I just do the crowns first. And then, like if it's the middle of the week and I already like did my guild gold and started the event, and I'll usually do like adventure board next, then dungeon, just to get them out of the way. There's things each day that you do them because you can't do them tomorrow. The adventure board, you're not going to be able to do that tomorrow. It's going to change into something else. You're going to miss it. The dungeon, if you don't do it today, it's not going to, you're going to miss it. You have to do it today or you're not getting it done. The crowns, if you don't do them today, you're not getting those crowns. They're gone. You got to think like that when you're playing the game, and you only got a certain amount of time. Think of the stuff that you can only do today and get that done first. Unless you're at the very beginning of the game, there's different priorities, but you're either at the beginning of the game or in the full swing cycle rotation of the game later on. Beginning of the game is different. You don't even really pay attention to what's going on. You got to do your own thing, do your quests. If you're a beginner, you can't play the game like I play the game or somebody else plays the game. You got to play the game for your quests that are going on. You got to get classes opened up, and you're still opening up the game, so you don't even have the whole game open, so you can't play the game like other people. You don't even have certain things yet. So you got to play it to get those things open. Until you have all the quests done and everything opened up, you can't play the game normally. That's like the tutorial, basically. Until you have every single thing open and every single quest done, you're still in the tutorial. And it's a long tutorial unless you're knocking it out 3 hours a day at a time. Yeah, when you first start this game, you really play it way more, so you can get it knocked out. The longer you play, I feel like you play an hour a day, 2 hours a day. You don't go super crazy unless it's Vault Event or something you're trying to get done specifically. He's got an extra turn. I gotta cast it. He gets right back up, so that's free damage. Some more free damage. Now we'll do this. Finish him off. Hit that like button. Allie said sent gems as a thank you for the stream. Money is tight this week. Hey, no problem. Thank you for sending gems. I need gems right now. Nobody has to send anything. It helps, but I don't want anybody putting themselves in a bad situation. Definitely look out for yourself first, 100%. Like if you go to a restaurant and there's a waiter and you tip the waiter, you wouldn't go if your money was tight. You wouldn't go to a restaurant and put yourself in that position. So it's completely understandable. That's not a good metaphor, but you know what I mean. Because I want you here. Tyrion says, wasn't there like 20 gifted subs by one person? Yeah, DC United gifted, I think, 20. It was the most ever. So they're all going to fall off at the same time. That's probably that. Maybe, because it was this month. We did the After Dark. And it was a semi-chatathon. should have did the wand. We'll go check out the Stormheim trials pretty soon. Allie says tomorrow is an illusion, there is only now. It's pretty true. You gotta live for the moment. Learn from the past, live for the moment, plan for the future, but don't focus too much on the past or the future. Live in the moment. Let's run through one more so I can get to 150, then we'll go take a look at the trials. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all rewards from this thing. I might have to invest some more gems. It's always a hard decision for me at this point in the game, whether you're doing a faction event that you already have done. You already have it at 500. It's a weekend-long event. You do like the enchant potion, the power potion. Trying to decide how far can I get with just that. Will I be able to get all rewards? By Sunday, I'll know. And let's say I need like 2 rewards. I'm 2 rewards short or 1 reward short. Do I invest more gems to go get those last 2 rewards or that last reward? It's kind of a decision you have to make sometimes. Orbs are pretty valuable. And you got to think of the orbs before you open them, not after. You can't think, well, those were green, so that was a bad investment. Can't think like that. They weren't green when you got them. They weren't green when you opened them. They were green after you opened them. So you can't think like that. It's like with bounty event. You get tons of orbs. If you open them all up and they're all green, you're like, I shouldn't have done that. You can't think like that. They could have been all glory or minions. You don't know till you open them. Richard Burns, how's it going? Z Hunter. Tyrion says I cashed in $50 Microsoft rewards and bought the useless Xbox pet, only $4 out of pocket, and I now have the highest possible pet mastery on any platform. Yeah, I saw you say that elsewhere. That's awesome. Congratulations, Tyrion. That's really, really hard to do. I bet you nobody else here has every single pet. Just because it's so hard to do. That shows how hard it is. I definitely don't. I'll freely admit that I don't have all those pets. There's no way. Not even close. I'm not even ashamed of it. And the only ones you don't have are ones that aren't in the game yet, even though they're coming soon. You're going to get them as they come out, so you might as well say you have them all. Because you do. And you're getting them as soon as they come out, so... I consider, Tyrion, you have all the pets. I know other people would say, well, what about the starry pets? And I would say they're not... You can't get them. That's not possible until it's the week of the trial. And Tyrion does it and gets them anyway. So you just have those. You're gonna do that and you're gonna get it done. So I don't count those. You have all the pets. Period. I would never fart on your parade. Real life Zool Fund. Z Hunter says, man, looks like I missed a lot of content on this game. I haven't played in a long time. I don't even know how that would feel to not play in a long time. I've played every day since I've started. I might have missed a day or here. I can't say 100% I played every single day since I started. But I know it's 90-something%. I might have missed a day here or there. I couldn't imagine not playing for like a year and then coming back. It's probably not as bad as I'm thinking. You can definitely jump back in. First thing I would do is make sure I have a guild and everything. Especially if you're going to play every day again. That's free damage. That's always my advice, though. Guild, 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 and guild. I had a comment. The guy said he played the game up till level 1400 without a guild. Like, holy cow. And he said he saw my video, he joined a guild, and he's thankful now because he's getting way, 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 way more resources. Way, 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 way easier. That's coming from a person that's 1400, played the game all the way to that point without a guild, then joined a guild, and it's telling us that it's so much better now. Which is obvious to me, but to that person, it took them a while to buy in, I guess. Or maybe they hadn't seen the videos, or... Some people play games blind and solo and don't look stuff up. Tier 2 all rewards and all weekend event. Okay, that's good. The only reason I actually bought to the 3rd potion is to get the pet, or the troop. I could have waited, but it wasn't that much to get one copy of the new troop. But that's what I was going to do. I was going to buy Enchant and Explode potion and then try to beat it without buying any more. But the only way to get the Negesis was to go one more potion, so I did that. You can definitely wait, though, until it's into the drop table. Give yourself something to use those Chaos Shards on. At a certain point, there's nothing to use them on. So not buying up to Negesis and waiting would give you actually something to use your shards on for once. I felt like making that move there. Play way slower on live stream, I hope y'all know. Thinking of stuff to say, etc. Not really. So we got spoilers tomorrow. I looked at it a little bit because I wanted to see what trials would be next week. I took a peek at the team. I know Zephyros is on it. Storm Knight, I think's the name of the other troop. I think Flame Maiden or something like that. Might be kind of weird. Guess we'll see. Is anybody else taking a look at the trials for next week? Do you have an opinion on how it's going to play out? Is it going to be harder than Kitar, as slow as Pan's Veil, or as easy as Valpakia and the one this week, Adana? How's it looking? Does anybody know? I'm about to find out. We don't have any alignment, so... Green, blah, blah, blah. Let's just do this again. Rain Man is here. Afternoon. Sane says life and death weapon in the faction shop. For sure. That's what I put on the video. I said, don't miss out. That's what I was talking about. Life and death. Good weapon. If you look at that weapon, it's got a bunch of stuff on it, too. People think of life and death, they probably think true damage, death marks. But it's got way more than that. The only thing it's missing is like an extra turn. But that's it. I think it has bless. It steals life. It doesn't just do true damage. It's got a bunch of stuff on it. It's a really good weapon. It's like a style of play, though. You won't see me using it too much. If you pair it with Arachnian Weaver or something like that, it's a good It definitely needs something else, like some more true damage on its team. But that's what you do. When you build a team, you kind of build around a certain mechanic. Life and Death does true damage to the last two, so you think of something else. What else does true damage to the last two? That's the type of team you're building. We got 10, we got 10. Got purple to yellow, green to skull. Let's do the wand. Green to skull, purple to yellow. I guess I'll just cast it. Come on, pirate. You're not going to win. Just give up. Tyrion says every pet and maxed. I still don't even know how. You didn't, like, specifically go out of your way to do that? It just happened? I thought it was something you were trying to do. Skelly Font isn't maxed yet, but it's a free max over the campaign, not wasting orbs to max it sooner either. That's smart. Rainman says, howdy, popping my head into the classroom. Hey, Rainman, the World Event scoring video is sticking around for a little bit. We got enough views on the last one. Its head is off the chopping block for now. It's still in consideration for the chopping block, but it has been removed. It's a process. Something performs poorly. It gets put on the chopping block. And then my eyes are on it. Watching it, waiting to see what happens. If it keeps performing poorly, gets its head chopped off. If it performs good, I'll take its head off the chopping block. My eyes are still on it. So next time it performs poorly, I'm going to put its head back, right back down there. It's not a one-time deal. My eyes are still on it, but it's just not getting cut anytime soon. Probably bought itself another month or so. Alright, let's go do this thing. Enough boring you with the Silver Necropolis. Hey, thank you, Allie. That's Allie right there. 50 gems. Really appreciate it. I'm 555 away from my 10k goal, at which point I'll start buying Dragonite again. But I won't let myself go below 5k. I don't like the fact that I don't have Diamantina and I'm on YouTube, so that's the only reason I'm doing that. I'm not telling anybody else to do that. Same with the Horde, Mimic, Mythic. Eventually I'm going to go... I started kinda... I didn't do any intensive farming of it, but I went out of my way to farm a little bit of Difficulty 12 Explorer the other day just because of stupid Horde, Mimic, Mythic. Alright, where are you at, Stormheim? You're up here, right? So this is the trials for next week. We have Stormheim next week. That means Mistralis, by the way, if you're looking for Mistralis with event keys. Mistralis will be available in the event key drop table. So what are we looking at? We got Storm Knight. We got an all-blue banner. That's good for Zephyros. Storm Knight. True damage. There's one enemy that uses blue. So we'll cast him on that enemy. A Destroy. That's board control if you get into a hairy battle. Zephyros. Destroy a column. Deal scatter damage boosted by yellow destroy. That's really good in Arena, but I don't know how good it's going to be here. It'll be good at first. Remove all blue. She sounds like the worst. Everything else is okay. Who's our tank? 25%. Double skull damage versus blue. It might already be in the right order. Flame Maiden is crappy. Might already be in the right order. This thing has the skull reduction. It's got double skull damage versus blue if we can get rid of that first enemy. I'd probably want to protect him more later, though, because he does true damage. So maybe I'll move Fomorian up, or maybe even sacrifice Flame Maiden later. But I think it's already in the right order. Like in the super early ones, maybe you'd put Zephyros in the first slot and just AoE. I might do that. The early ones are going to be easy. I'm just going to wipe it out one shot. We need to get through those quicker. Let me catch up in the chat. Tyrion says 4,670 mastery. Xbox has more pets than any other platform too somehow. That's crazy. Hunter says I played until level 700-ish until I joined a guild. Oh no. But that's when I found your channel and I've been a game changer. Yeah, it's definitely a game changer. More than you could ever imagine. Until you do it and you experience it, and then you kind of take it for granted after that. But because you never leave a guild, you always just stay in a guild after that. But if you were not in a guild for a long time and then you join one, you can definitely see the difference. I think that's the problem with that advice. People either join a guild super early so they don't get to see how much it helps. If you go from like a really low level guild to a really high level guild, you can experience the jump. The only people that can really experience how much it actually helps is somebody like Hunters or the guy in the comments that went forever without joining a guild. Then you join a guild and you see how much it helps. That or you're in a very crappy guild and you go to a very good guild. Then you can see. So you kind of take it for granted how much it helps you. We got Zephyros. We just need a bunch of yellow now. We got 2 here, 2 here. Let's take this first. Guess I'll just go down here somewhere. Can one-shot right now. Probably should already did this so we can do the harder battles. But luckily, that was 7 battles before. You can't tell me that's better. That's not better. To just one-shot with Zephyros instead of doing 7 battles and one-shotting. Difference between how it is now and how it was before. That trial of Stormheim 2 would have been 7 battles like that. I just got it done in one shot. 1 battle, 1 shot, instead of 7 battles, 1 shot. I can get class experience other places. I don't care about that. I don't even feel like I want to like look at the board too much. Let's just grab blue and yellow and move on. Alright, now he's not one-shotting. Already. Yellow and green. He's frozen. They don't use green. Let's just shoot. Now we'll take green. And he's dead. Tyrion says Xbox has 3 exclusive pets. PC Mobile has 2 exclusive pets. PlayStation has 1. Switch has less pets due to being behind. Hunter says I haven't even been doing the trials. I might regret that. I recommend trying to do like the first battle at least. It's going to be a very long time before these starry pets come back around. 37 weeks at least. It won't really hurt your account, though. Some people get too crazy about certain things. It's not a game changer that you don't get the starry pet. That's why all the belly aching on the forum's kind of funny, because it's really not that big of a deal whether you do it or you don't do it. Now Zephyros isn't doing very much, so I might move him back down. We got the blue banner. We take blue, we get extra mana. Can't even 2-shot now. He makes yellow and red. We use a bunch of yellow and red. You probably want to leave him up. let him make all that for you. I think we can kill both of them. Cool. Life and Death Draculus, that's a good idea. Life and Death Arachnian Weaver is definitely the top. Because they both hit the same 2 slots. And then Arachnian Weaver explodes. But anything with true damage is good. And then doesn't Draculus like steal life? I don't use Draculus a lot. I like the little Draculus Crimson Bat team that certain people do. It's like Weapon, you know, Draculus, Crimson Bat, Ghost Queen or something like that. There's certain things in this game that are good, but they never get used because there's other things that are better that can get used in the same exact situation. So why, unless you're just trying to be different. There's no point. I don't know how much we got, but we can definitely... What? Are you kidding me? Oh, he just destroys a column. I thought he did extra damage or something. Never mind. I better learn what these troops do. Use the death mark. Let's go again. And if you want to destroy a 5x5 block, you could try to do some board control. It's kind of hard to... The 5x5, it's kind of hard to find something, though. It's almost the whole thing. I'm looking, I don't see anything. I just recommend casting him in the middle so he can do max destroy. Alright, 44 true damage. This is scatter damage. It'll get better as we kill. Diamantina, Lord Augustin. Good job. Tyrion says, just so many pets, it seems overwhelming at times. I spent thousands of gems on pets. Loads of vault keys once they added minion orbs. This definitely didn't happen overnight. I can imagine. Raymond said, world scoring video got... for a pardon. Joshua, I think it's worth taking a few extra minutes to make sure all the troops are traded, especially... There you go, I should check that. I think I have all my troops traded, though. But for everybody else, make sure you have all these leveled up and traded. You could even consider meddling them if you're just... Of course you shouldn't do that if you don't have a lot of medals and badges and tokens and everything. If you're still trying to get your globals, or you're still trying to medal Phoenicia, and... Some of them are low rarity, and if you're having trouble... To medal Flame Maiden wouldn't be too hard, or to medal Fomorian wouldn't be too hard. I think I'm going to change order now. I want this up here. Put him in third. Let's go with this. Tyrion says, looking at the enemy team, and I'm like, WTF, I think they flipped the team we should have got and should have fought. Tyrion says, Flame Giant and Jarl, these seems unfair for high level. Yeah. It's gonna loop on you. Could loop on you. You never know till you get there. Alright, what do we need? What are we trying to do? Who do we want to actually get up? I think there's blue, you want to match blue. Even though only Zephyros uses it. 3-to-1 boost ratio, that's only +3. I think you go with the true damage guy, like go all in on the first 2 troops maybe later on. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Skulls for sure. Making sure there's no good match on the board. Let's just get him out of here. Because now we can do extra skull damage. versus blue enemies. This is pretty big. There we go. He's pretty close. Just cast him in the middle, unless you want to look for that 5x5 board control. I don't have that much patience. Maybe if I was in the very last battle. 44. You can get rid of Jarl. Alright. Moving along. I wonder how it's going to be with the epics, though. Still got plenty to do. It's going to get harder and harder. I think this is the team, though. Until you get super deep, maybe move Flame Maiden up. Then you're blocking Storm Knight and Fomorian, but you just get her up, you don't cast her. Let her take the hits. I never had to do that. I don't think I did that with the Limpet bot. Maybe in the very last battle I did. For this week's. Red and yellow, if not green and brown. Kind of liking the first two guys more than the last two. Hey, I got a gnome. I guess I'll try to kill it. Red and yellow. Alright, well, let's just cast. Got the Skull Cascade. Blue and green. Leave the skulls for me. Zephyros might kill the first slot, so let's do that. Right here. Can always hit that dude with skulls, so let's kill the gnome. I think you leave up this one for skulls. Like right here. Dead in one shot. Not too bad so far, but we're nowhere near the hard part. Let's keep it moving. Chad's back. Allie says, liking the merchant for building back my keys. Another thing with the merchant, it's a good place to get the writs and the deeds and all that stuff. Stuff you can't get other places. That was the main thing I liked about the merchants and angels. Another good place to get writs and deeds. Those are super hard to get. They need to add like a librarian gnome or something. Okay, now we can hit this guy with skulls. I'm not going to cast on him. I missed the Doom Skull. I was trying to hit it. Hit him really hard. Do we need yellow or red? We need red. Set up the skulls. Should have took the brown, but oh well. Just Flame Maiden. Skull hit. Skull hit. Before it casts, 44. 44 again. How much do you hit for? 46? That's perfect. Flame Maiden did something. Now I'll cast this. Skulls. Let's make Zephyros useful. He's good when there's one thing left. Moving on. We got 2 more to do. That's it. We can only look at 2 more battles. Let's look at these in more depth. We got Ice Witch. Deal damage to an enemy and freeze them. If the enemy dies, give 3 magic to all allies. So she's probably not going to be too big of a problem. I don't think she's going to kill anybody before she dies, hopefully. Frost Giant. And they're all freezing. Do we have immunity to frozen? It's only one of our first guy's immune to frozen. Fire giant. It's like the combo of these two is the biggest danger, like Tyrion said. Yeah, and they should have flipped this upside down because he would have got his 3 to all skills if in first position. Like Tyrion said. What medals? 2 season, 1 Anu. Oh no, we got a lot of spell damage. Maybe you do Nisha. Take my tribute. One of these weeks, I'm going to take as many tributes as I can and see how much extra gems I get. I don't think that makes for a good video, but I could say, hey, this week I'm going to take as many tributes as I can, and then at the end of the week I could say, hey, this is how many extra gems I got. I don't think I could make a video out of it, but I could let y'all know. Because I don't do that very often. I only take 2 or 3 tributes a day. Most of it's while I'm playing anyway. I don't think about it when I'm not playing. That's what sucks about PlayStation. I have to turn the whole game on, grab the controller, and then just takes extra steps. You gotta go out of your way to take your tribute. Alright, changed to Nisha now. A little slightly different. Alright, let's go back over the train situation. We got Trey on the back. The gifted. Went to Anya. He's kicking bandits in the face. Hunters is shoveling that coal in with the 2. Chad's up there, big bicep bodyguard. Allie gifted to Tyrion. Taking the tickets. And somebody else did something at the beginning, I thought. Or no, Allie was the engineer. Chad's the conductor. Taking the tickets. Hunters was the big bicep bodyguard. Trey is the bandit kicker. Guard in the back of the train. Okay. Let's see. I want Storm Knight, I guess. None of them really stick out to me like something I want to get up too bad. But he does true damage. I don't know. None of them really stand out to me too much. The only thing that's really standing out to me is the triple or the double skull damage versus blue. Let's get rid of that first enemy so we can do that. And then don't cast on the second enemy so you can use that type stuff. Maybe I should get up Florian first. He actually mana generates a little bit. Can we ever use this for board control? We might be able to get a blue. Nope. You gotta look for a 2, then a 2. Just never happens with a 5x5. Okay. Zephyros. Storm Knight. Let's go here. Florian again. Looking. Gotta do this. Skulls are important. Okay. Okay. Let's do Florian again. Oh yeah, look at that. They left me the Doom Skull with the death mark right next to it. Thank you. Now, skulls at double damage. Maybe I should have waited and cast on Jarl there for the death mark, but it cleansed anyway. I'm gonna cast Florian whenever I have it. How much does this do? 53. Nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing that. Skulls. Let's do this. do Florian. Let's do this again. Now it's just Jarl. Florian and Storm Knight. Might as well cast them all now. Here we go. Wait till Jarl casts, then cast your Zephyros. Because he puts all this yellow on there. Now we got 4 right here. I think that's the best slot, right? Or we could go here, same thing. There's nowhere with 5, though. It's 80 damage. Just cast everybody. Ouch! You suck. First death. Killed me right before he died. This one might be kind of hard. Like a little bit slow and a little bit hard. It might slot in there. It's going to be, so far the way it's looking to me. Keytar was the hardest in my opinion. Pan's Veil was second hardest because it was so slow. There was a fail-safe way to do it where you can't lose though. So that's why I don't put it as the hardest one. Long doesn't mean hard. It just means slow and long. So Keytar was the hardest. Then Pan's Veil. Then you got Adana. Then you got Valpakia. So the way I'm thinking right now is this falls in between Adana and Pan's Veil. More towards the Pan's Veil side of things. So one of the... It's not easy, basically. Unless we can think of something. There's really nothing to do. You got true damage. You gotta destroy. You could stun somebody. Destroy a column. Columns are harder to make something happen than a row. That's not really that good of board control. And even if you hit a million yellow, he just doesn't hit that hard. You want to kind of cast him later. This thing, even with a bunch of blue on the board, doesn't hit super hard. So I don't know. There's no there's no win mode. No strategy that's just going to win it for you. You just got to play well. I was hoping for that red. I already died once. I mean, you could try to hit the Deathmark gems. I think that would be a good idea. You could target those pretty easily with this. Or this. So if you see those Deathmark gems, make sure you're the one that hits them and not the enemy. That could be something. They just don't fall a lot. Let me cast this. It would probably be better to like cast it on something on the bottom so we can maybe hit some, I don't know. Maybe him. Let's just take green. Okay. No Deathmark gems. And a lot of the time with this guy, you could get hit with skulls the next turn. If stuff doesn't fall right. Can't really control what happens there. Let's keep shooting this one. We're gonna have to hit him 5 times though, that's annoying. Maybe if we can get a little bit of damage with this too. Nope, it's gonna hit the armor, dummy. Oh, they're hitting my Storm Knight. Flame Maiden. So I'm gonna like exclusively cast on him with that. You can kill this. That way we can actually use the Storm Knight to do the skulls to the first slot, the second slot. Shit's pretty hard. That's probably the hardest hitting thing you have. Making sure you hit the death mark gems. And making sure you get to use the double skull damage versus blue enemies on the second slot. We haven't seen one death mark gem in this battle. Alright, I'm gonna keep shooting on this. Ouch. It's okay though, we killed that. There's the death mark gem. So let's make sure we hit it. Goes to Jarl. They killed my first slot. Destroy a column. Oh, I'm not doing that right. Okay, so we want to hit a column with the most yellow. I thought it was a... I'm an idiot. Maybe it can hit a little harder than I was hitting with it. At least I found that out before the Epic Trials. I was reading that wrong. So every time I cast Zephyros, up till now, I was casting it wrong like an idiot. We got 3 in this column, 1 in this column, 1 here, 3 there. Okay. I make mistakes sometimes. I'm not perfect. Let's do that before it dies. See what I mean? Don't you dare, Jarl. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Alright, we got this. That was kind of hard, though. Look at that. I only got two allies left. Might be time to move that Flame Maiden up top. But, hey, that was level 200. I don't know. I don't have too much advice, unfortunately. I didn't get much out of that, other than I got practice with the troops. I got a kind of a strategy. So like I said, get rid of the first enemy as soon as possible. Make sure you always hit the death mark gems with your Fomorian. So it always hits the enemy instead of you. I think everything on their team can be death marked. Shoot the Storm Knight on something. I guess you could shoot it on first slot. Whenever I have something that does targeted true damage, it feels like a waste to hit something else with skulls. Like the first slot, it feels like a waste to cast true damage on first slot, because you're going to hit it with skulls even if you don't want to. So you're wasting that damage, kind of. So I'd rather cast the Storm Knight on like the third slot or the fourth slot. That way I'm getting as much out of it as I can. I don't have to deal with their armor, skipping by their armor. The Storm Knight's taking out one of the enemies, hopefully before it dies. The Fire Giant or the Jarl or something. And then we're taking out the first slot with everybody else. And then hopefully Storm Knight survives until the first slot's dead. Hopefully he survives until he can kill Fire Giant with this true damage. Then he gets to use the skulls, the double damage with the skulls on the second slot. So I'm hoping the Storm Knight survives until like 3 of them are dead. I don't know if that's going to happen. You might have to use the put the Flame Maiden up top, let it die. While you do that true damage to that. While you kill the first slot and while you kill the Fire Giant with the Storm Knight. That period of time is where the Flame Maiden's taking hits. To save the Storm Knight from taking hits. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'll move the Flame Maiden up top. So Flame Maiden, Storm Knight, Fomorian, Zephyros. And then I'll concentrate on Storm Knight hitting Fire Giant. Or Jarl. I might change it to Jarl. I don't know. I just like the fact that Jarl makes the red and the yellow. So then we can target yellow with the Zephyros. And we use red and yellow. A lot of our team uses red or yellow. So you want to get rid of the Fire Giant, though, so they're not looping together. So you got to get rid of one or the other. And you don't want to hit true damage on the second slot. You don't want to hit true damage on the first slot because it's a waste. That's how I'm thinking about it right now. You never know. Once you get in the epic trials and you're 2 or 3 deep, the whole strategy might change. But I'm thinking Flame Maiden, Storm Knight, Fomorian, Zephyros. Storm Knight shoots Fire Giant every single time till it's dead. Everybody else hits first slot till it's dead. By that time, Flame Maiden's probably going to go down. Now you got Storm Knight doing double damage to the second slot who's blue. Hopefully you can take it out before it takes you out there. Now you got 3 things dead. Hopefully it's 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 against the Jarl or whatever's left over. Then that's when you start casting the Zephyros more. Jarl's putting yellow on the board. Target the column with the most yellow in it for Zephyros. Make sure you target the Deathmark gems with the Fomorian. So they get Deathmark, not you. That's what I would say right now. All I can say is based on level 200. Nobody knows until you get into it, but that would be my advice if anybody's looking for like advice to start with. To give it a shot on 250. That's what I would say. Anyway. Or you could run a Palooza, like Ali says. Or you could keep... Or you, if you think the general guy is easier to deal with, you could not do your crowns and let the general pop in. You could wait till a gnome pops in. I think there's a way to cheese it where a gnome will pop in. Can't remember the exact strategy, but there's a way to make it so you know that a gnome is going to pop into your trial battles. Don't you like go to explore and you run explore 1 or something until a gnome pops in and then you go... I can't remember exactly, but there's a way to make it to where one of the positions gets cheesed with the gnome. Like you know what's going to happen, you make it happen. Same with the general. If you think he's easier to deal with than something on the, you could just not do your crowns and hope that the general pops into the trials. There's several ways to kind of cheese it to make it slightly easier. Nomapalooza would be the last resort, in my opinion, though. That's just like on Sunday, you can't get it done. You got 1 or 2 battles left, or I guess you'd want more than 1 or 2, but it's the last resort. You just can't get it done. And it's Saturday, Sunday, and you really, really want to get it done more than anything in the world. Then you do the Nomapalooza. You don't start with the Nomapalooza, and that's after trying and trying and trying and failing. And or you just have so many Nomapaloozas that you don't care anymore and you're level 2,000. That's fine. But that would be my last resort of Nomapalooza. I don't think I would even ever do the Nomapalooza. Even if I was not going to get it done on YouTube, everybody was going to see me fail and not get it done, I still wouldn't use a Nomapalooza. I think it's too valuable with the Vault event coming up soon. The Nomapalooza. I might try cheesing it other ways if it's Sunday and I'm scrambling. I might use the general. I might try to find a way to put a gnome into the battle. That would be a last resort for me too, because I like playing it the way it is and seeing if I can get it done. I like the challenge of it. Maybe I'll change back to seasons. Maybe I'll change to... I don't know. We'll have to see. Alright, let's catch up in the chat. Tyrion with the 5! What the heck? Thank you so much, bro. You are the Marty McFly on the side clotheslining zombies. Or you can be the rocket launcher on top. Joshua said for this week I decided to meddle Clockwork Sphinx since I'm using her in the trials and world event, and meddling here gives her extra magic, which gives the whole team extra armor. Clockwork Sphinx is a solid troop to meddle. I like Clockwork Sphinx. It got a buff. It's good in the early game. It's good with your like first Rowan team. I don't mind that. Alright, anyway, what are we doing now? Let's show the world event just real quick, and then I'm gonna go do Vault Keys for a little bit. We're probably not gonna be streaming for another hour or anything, but definitely go for a little bit here. Still doing the Bombot thing. I just think it's funny and it's fun. Yeah, it's just fun. Did it not? It didn't ask me about my medals. We're about to do this without medals. This ought to be fun. Might lose, too. You never know what you're going to summon. And our Bombots aren't going to hit us hard. And I just have the completely wrong medal set. Uh-oh. This is going to be fun. Hey, we got Carnex. It's just not a quick wipe. I had to actually try there. Didn't ask me about my medals. I think because earlier in the day before I started streaming, it already asked me once. It only asks you like once a day, I think, about your medals. I have to go do it myself. I don't think you guys need to see this too much, though. I already showed this team multiple times. I showed like 3 other teams, too. We need guard. Yeah, it's already on. I do need to do my turns, though, for the guild. We only got 2 left. Hunter said, if I'm home, I set an alarm on my phone to remind me to run and grab my tribute. I want to do that one day. I've done it before, but I last like 3 or 4 tributes and I start forgetting. Get Smashobot? Tyrion says that's probably the thing that flipped my account the most. Went work from home and from grabbing 3 to 6 tributes a day to 15 plus. I want to be there. I want to get at least 10 a day or something. It wouldn't be that hard to do. It's just slightly annoying and slightly inconvenient. Allie says, been getting more tributes since buying my timer. Tyrion with the 5, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. You're a legend. You're literally a legend of Gems of War, not just this channel. I don't know why I'm taking skulls. Just felt like it. Bombot had to still get up anyway. Limpet isn't totally useless. You can place a bomb gem next to a deathmark gem. If it blows up, the deathmark gem goes for the enemy team. Yeah, but what happened for me, though, it never did that one. It always did the other stupid one. Then I had a whole board full of bomb gems that are useless. In theory, that's a good thought, though. If it does the thing you want it to do, you can target certain stuff. But it's really frustrating when it does the other one. Like, you're ready to blow up that deathmark gem, or you have a perfect board control thing to do, and you set it, and then it doesn't blow up. I usually blow up the first 2, and if they survive, I'll cast the Engineer's Drill to bring something in. After this, I'll do Vault Keys for a little bit. I already did a bunch today. I gotta do like 30 a day, though, if I want to open them all before the next Vault event. Let's just cast it. See if these 3 can take them out. Well, 2 of them can. Tyrion said, owed you from anniversary stream. Wife spent all the money. I've been there, done that. Long and hard. Joshua says, Chalcedony Trials team should be easy since the team is actually all constructs. Is that what it is? I haven't gone around and looked at them all. If it's Chalcedony, yeah. That'll be like the Volpacchia one. Tyrion says, also get Chernobog for Brownstorm. Way easier to loop. For sure, for sure. Allie says, rows and columns. Soldiers march in rows between the columns in Rome. Tyrion says, I'm looking at this thinking run lowest level, buy 5 pets for 200 minor orb 2 times and F this trial, maybe. It doesn't look too easy. I'm not sure how hard it's going to be compared to Kitar or Pain's Veil, but I know it's harder than Adana and Valpakia. That's all I can say at the moment. And it's more towards the Pain's Veil side of things than the Adana side of things, for sure. It might go down as one of the hardest. It could be the hardest, and we don't know it yet. Kitar was more easily identifiable as hard because the enemies had all the skull business, so you know you're going to have to deal with that, and it could really screw you. This one might be a sleeper. A hard sleeper. But at least I got the beginning strategy out to people if you're watching today. I think that'll help you get through the first one. First battle at least, maybe. Once again, epic trials aren't meant for everybody. It's not the end of the world if you don't get them done. It's just a pet. I know pets are fun, but that's what they are. They're fun. It's not going to change your account, make it way better or something. Sometimes pets are like that awesome piece of armor that looks really cool. Doesn't give you a ton of stats or anything. You just want it because it looks awesome. You want that hood that makes your character look like a Reaper. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't give you like tons of extra stats or anything. It just looks cool, and you just want it because you want it. That's what these starry pets are. You just want it because it's a cool-looking pet. It's a starry pet. Really not going to change too much one way or the other, though, whether you got it or you didn't get it. Vault keys. One stupid thing I've been doing is not using a fast team for vault keys when I probably should. Just leveling up my knight slowly with the old Skull Waterfall. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. If I was smart, I'd be doing Phoenicia. If I had Diamantina, I would do Diamantina. But I'm getting class experience, and it's kind of fun to watch all the skulls fall. Yellow. And they're not going to kill me or anything. Just die already, dude. What are you doing? Probably agiling. Being super agile. Tyrion says, I feel like Jarl is first target, then you can't be burned, so Flame Giant is weaker, then target it next and can't loop you at all, but those loops are scary. The combination of the two is the scariest part. So if you take out one, they're not as scary. And my thought was that Jarl is going to put yellow and red on the board. We use yellow and red, and then Zephyros can get more yellow in its column when it does its thing, but I don't think you can go wrong as long as you do the Fire Giant or the Jarl. I always think about which enemy... Remember the Sylvasi, where it was putting purple on the board? Copernicus could then take the purple. Think about that, like the Jarl putting the yellow on the board, the red on the board. Our team uses yellow and red. Zephyros boosts off of yellow. Fire Giant can't put yellow on, it just does the red. The combo, the two together, is the loopy. Jarl could get on his own little loop, though, if he gets lucky. If there's nothing... Alright, I'll take green. It's when you don't have yellow, green, brown, or skulls that this goes slow. But sometimes it does that. Joshua says, can you only run epic trials once? What happens when the kingdom does... Yeah, they reset. It gives you another chance. I don't know. That's a good question, actually. Does everybody get to do epic trials again, or is it just... If you do it the first time, when it comes back around, are they already done and you don't have to do them? And it's only for people that didn't do it the first time? I don't know. That's a great question. I'm going to have to go look at their little blurb about it. Maybe they said something about that. Does anybody know? nobody's going to know for 30-something weeks, for sure. Unless you're a dev. So that's a good question. Like Volpakia, for example. We all did Volpakia. When it's Volpakia Kingdom Week again, the Epic Trials will be back. Are we going to be able to do them again? Or only the people that didn't do them can do them? Because when you complete challenges, they're complete forever and you don't get to do them again. When you complete the first level up to level 200 in the trials, you can't redo those. So what's to say that you can redo the Epic Trials if you get those done? Maybe you can't. Maybe it's just done forever and it's not a thing anymore once you get it done. It's just for the people that didn't get it done the first time. I don't know. That's a good question. I could probably go look it up. That's where super duper patience would come into play. By the time a kingdom comes all the way back around, you're gonna have more stats, you'll be higher level. Maybe you can get it done the second time. But you really gotta have that patience to wait that long. I don't care if you summon. It's just cannon fodder. Ali says once they are done, they are done. That's what I would assume too. Tyrion says I could Ali, but lowest level. I could all, but lowest level should be doable, and 200 gems and 2 minor orbs feels cheaper than a full GAP. Yeah, like, get that first copy of the pet, and then you have options after that. You could just orb it. Instead of using a gap. Gaps can give you orbs, but they could give you multiple orbs. I don't know. There's options for sure. What to do. Everything's the last resort for me, though. Other than just doing it the way they got it. Nomapalooza is definitely super duper last resort for me. And I don't think I would even do it then. What's a last resort that you would never do? Just... whatever you call that. Ali says, I try first, and if I fail, I go for the Palooza. Tyrion says, yes, Joshua, they reset every time the Kingdom Event Week comes back. Huh. Alright, let me catch up in the chat here. Maka's been a member for 2 months. Thank you for the continued support. Really appreciate it. Hello, all sinners and Sinny. I noticed the live finally. You know how YouTube is. Joshua says, okay, so I'll eventually get those to Mythic anyway without spending gems or orbs. Right? Because you could get the first pet. And if it lets you repeat that battle the next time it comes around, you could get it again. It would take forever like that, but if that's true, let's say you can only get the first 3 battles done for some reason, but you can't get the last few done. You're getting copies of the pet with those first 3, and then if you wait till the next time, you can do it again, if that's how it works. Get more copies, 200 gems. Let's say you beat the first battle, 200 gems, get the 5 copies. You can beat the second battle, 200 gems, you get the 5 copies. But you can't beat the third battle. And then you wait till it comes back around. Beat the first battle, 200 gems, 5 copies. Beat the second battle, 200 gems, 5 copies. Maybe you're able to beat the third battle now. Get that one. It's actually like 7 copies or whatever. Maybe that'll get you a fully... just takes patience. I don't know, though. Tyrion says you can play them again, but I'm not sure on that. I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't see why they would put a game mode in the game you can only play once. Which one should I do? This one. Tyrion says I have over 100 Palooza and I still wouldn't use it. I feel ya. Maka says, what did I miss? The dog fights, yeah. Joshua says the Glory Troop also summons. It's a good alternative to Engineer's Drill. Tyrion says Joshua always preached the game is about the grind. Like Cinny says, you can't beat gyms. I'm at level where orbs and gyms are nothing. But there's no wrong way to grind this game. Keep on swimming. Not dogfight ranting. My dog got attacked by the neighbor's dog. It was pretty bad. Bomb bots are fun, but with event medals, you basically cast Tesla once and done. Yeah. Event medals don't affect Tesla. MG, what up? Event medals don't affect Tesla. She's just strong no matter what. That's the thing, like with Tesla and her. If you medal Tesla, you shouldn't, because she gets magic, which doesn't help her. She's just strong either way, type of deal. I like the bomb bots; they're fun. Mr. Extreme says you can do them again once they come back around. So if you beat, let's say you beat level 250, and then it comes back around, level 250 will be open again, and you can beat level 250 again. That's the question. If you already beat it, and then it comes back around, can you beat it again? Like for me, as an example, I beat all of Valpakia. When it comes back around, I can do the Epic Trials again. They're not going to be completed. Not that I would, because there'd be no point. I already got the pet. Maybe they'll add more starry pets. That'd be cool. Probably won't, though. There's got to be a way for those other people that didn't get it done to get them, so they're going to leave the same ones up, probably. Why would I take green? There's one of those slow battles with this thing. Yellow and brown. I'm just going to shoot this thing, 'cause I don't care. This team's being slow right now. Come on, dude. What are you doing? Give me something. Give me something. I guess I'll just shoot this. Shoot this. There we go. Have I got anything good yet? Some gold. Blue orb. Tyrion says, pretty sure they reset so you can earn more free copies of pets, like a faction event restarts at lowest level. Pretty sure, but yeah, we won't know till we know. But is Epic Trials more like the Underworld, where you can only do it once and you get 2,500 renown, or is it more like a faction event where it restarts at 0 and you can go all the way back through it? You can only get the Underworld pets one time. You can't get... You know what I'm saying? Epic Trials seems more like the Underworld than it does like an event. There's no potions you can buy. There's no leaderboard. It replaced challenges, which is like not an event. So I'm not sure. You guys are saying that you can do them again. And that's what I'll go with for now. But until I look it up, I'm really not sure. And maybe it's not even out there. Maybe they didn't specify. Because in my example, you could do like the first 2 battles over and over and over. If you're willing to wait that long. And you would never have to do the last battle. Because you could continuously buy pets. The way it looks to me is it's more like a thing that's... I mean, it's only in there during that week, though. So it's not exactly like the Underworld, because you can play the Underworld whenever you want. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird event. If it's an event, even. A thing you can only do during a certain week. I don't know, I'm like arguing with myself at this point. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Thank you. Kill Wrath, why don't you? I'll change you into something else then. How you like them apples? Just waiting for my alignment so I can kill you. It doesn't matter that I changed the gnome, of course. You still get the loot. This proves it right here. Loot, 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 loot. I don't think anybody needed that clarification, but in case there's somebody watching. Yeah, Mr. E, the guild leader of Mana Bombers, is here. MG says Tyrion is right about the epic trials. They will come back. But the metal... Doo-doo. I saw doo-doo. Guys are chatting it up. I love it. Alright, let me catch up, though. Everybody look at my screen that's not moving for a second. Tyrion says, but the metal is not boosting magic. It's boosting spell damage, so it boosts Tesla's spell damage. Dervicious says, does it matter what kind of metals I put on certain troops? What should I put on Rowan or Queen Bee? If you're talking about global metals, Rowan should do guard. Metals of guard, because Rowan boosts off of armor. Guard metals give you armor, so it'll make your Rowan hit harder. Queen Beatrix, you should do Nisha, because Queen Beatrix boosts off of magic, and Nisha gives you magic. You can also consider using a Metal of Anu. If you're talking about your global metals, if you're talking about meddling a troop, then, I don't know, you probably shouldn't meddle those troops. Maybe Queen Beatrix, you can meddle those eventually, I guess, but I think you're talking about global anyway. So if you're doing a Rowan team, you use guard metals. If you're doing a Queen Beatrix team, you use Nisha metals. And how's it going, Dervicious? Maka says, what is Epic Trial? I cannot remember now. It's the, like Adana. You go to Adana, you go to the Kingdom. It's like, it used to be the challenges. Gives you a starry pet. Allie says, I could be wrong. I figured they were unlocked if you won and closed when done. Would be great if they were open again. Yeah, that would help a lot of people. That way you would never have to do all 5 of them. Or however many there are. That would take super... You'd have like a cape on with the super patience on your chest. Tyrion says there's a troop that does 50% damage no matter what, but if you get 100% or higher spell damage medals on, it doubles and makes it auto-kill. Yeah, whatever's working, Joshua. Sometimes it doesn't matter why certain things work, and if they just work, just keep going with it. You know, yeah. MG says Chris Hound, huh? Mr. Extreme says, doing adult stuff, how about you? I'm live streaming on YouTube, but you're probably not talking to me. Joshua says, doing all the battles gives you 6 pets every time. It would take 6 go-rounds to send a pet to Mythic. Tyrion says, Tesla scales nicely in any mode, especially since it got buffed this week, but with some event medals, you can one-shot Tesla. 6 times 37 is a long time, yep. Darkstone, says MG. Ally says, only adulting I do anymore is pay the bills and take care of the cats. Trash, laundry, dishes. Doo-doo boost Tesla. 15 minutes adulting a week. Maka says, oh, I think I know what you mean. Those battles where you get the extra new pets? Yeah. MG says, when Valpakia comes around again, you could do all 6 epic trials again starting from 225. Ooh, paying bills. I agree. Joshua says, the epic trial battles gives you 6 pets. It would take 6 cycles to send every pet to Mythic. Yeah. DC gifted a membership. Thank you so much, DC. I think we said your name earlier and summoned a freaking Demon Reaper moderator. That also just gave a gifted membership to Eros Stormforge. You're a legend, and you're also Marty McFly or the Rocket Launcher Man. You let me know. 4 to 8 years. Some things in this game are just... They take forever. Imagine, like the kingdom leveling, the books and the deeds. Joshua says still a long time to send all the pets, but you could also do some orbing with it. Maybe you get the first, second battle done, you buy the first 2, it comes back around, you get the first, second, third battle done, and then you use like a little tiny orb or something. I don't know. It could happen. It would still take forever, though. Mr. Extreme says, when's Puzzle Quest 3 launching on console? I don't know. I need to start playing those games. I just know they're not as good as Gems of War. Tyrion says, per patch notes, players will be able to replay the epic trial battles in a kingdom, starting from the first once again. Okay. DC says, hey, Sinnycool and all you Center Squire members and lurkers alike, glad to be with you. In case you haven't already done so, please do leave a like. KLR Jenkins. Hello, everybody. Do you know if those new pets work at least? There's nothing displayed? Huh. I'll have to check it out. I hope they work. Tyrion says, it's more like a faction event. Reset levels for each time the event comes around. The starry pets raise stats. Yeah, for the kingdom. Wherever the kingdom is that you got them from, they raise stats for... If your whole team is that kingdom, you get the most value out of it, I guess. Dervashis was saying the individual troops. Okay, we can look at it then. It doesn't matter which medal you use to medal troops. Whatever the rarity is of the troop is like the one you want to look at, because it gives you a 100% chance. So with the common, you start with like a medal of guard, right? And then when you get that bronze level, you would maybe do either 2 medals of guard or a Yasmin. And then whatever one says 100%, you want that 100% chance. But sometimes I use like like a 50% and a 50%. If I have like a bunch of guard medals or a bunch of Orpheus or something. So it's up to you kind of, but the one that's the same rarity as the troop is kind of the one you want to look at. So if you're medaling an epic troop, you look at the epic medal. If you're medaling a you know, whatever, ultra rare, look at the Orpheus. Just make sure you have a 100% chance. Unless you're doing the strategy like with Phoenicia where you just try to get like a real low % chance and hope. Sometimes that works. MG says starry pets will raise stats if you have at least 2 kingdom troops on the team. Joshua says it only boosts kingdom's team bonus, so I think for a starry pet you would have to use a team consisting of troops that are all from the same kingdom. That would be the most benefit, yeah. KLR says yes, X time team bonus, but shouldn't be displayed at the... I think it should be displayed. McFly guy, clotheslining. Zombies, heads off. Joshua says helpful for pure faction, but those have been made easier in other ways. I'm not sure. Yeah, it all depends. MG says KLR Jenkins, it is displayed there, just not separate. It combines the bonus from Kingdom Pet and Starry Kingdom Pet. Good info. Tyrion says 100% they work because there are multiple pets that boost the same thing. It only appears once. That makes sense. After this battle, I'll look at Rowan and Queen Beatrix for you. For the meddling. So I could show you on the screen what I mean. Since you're not talking about global. You gotta look at the troop and make sure it benefits from the meddling, first of all. And it's a troop that you use, and it's not taking too many medals. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Tesla, you don't want to meddle that because it doesn't benefit from the meddling. But then there's like Phoenicia and Queen Titania and Yao Gui and High King Irongut, and all those get a really good benefit from being meddled. Scourge of Honor. It's the first thing you look at. Do I use this troop? And then does the stats that it gets from being meddled actually help it? And then do I have enough medals to actually be doing this right now? Those are the things that run through my head anyway when I'm meddling a troop. Like, one guy could meddle Phoenicia without even thinking twice about it, but somebody else, they may only have so many Nisha medals. But let's go look at it. I think I already have Rowan. Alright, so you asked about Queen Beatrix and Rowan. Should have went from the bottom up, huh? So I have her, like, bronze medaled. So if I was going to continue with her, I would look at either 2 Anus or a Nisha right here. So if I had a ton of Medal of Anu for some reason, I might do 2 Medal of Anu. Like right now I could do it. I'm just saving for other things. Even though she's pretty good. But I'd look at this first, of course. She's just getting durability, so you really don't want to medal Queen Beatrix. There's other things you could medal first that would benefit more from being medaled. So you really don't want to medal Queen Beatrix until you medal other things first. Because that armor and that HP aren't going to help very much. She's never really in first slot. It would help a little bit later on. You want to do it eventually, but there's so many other troops to do first that you would not do Queen Beatrix till later. But if you were going to do Queen Beatrix, I would either do 2 Anu or 1 Nisha for her silver. Anything else would just be your hoping and praying. It's probably a bad example since she's legendary, but see what I got Roanne on. I think I would have gold medaled that. Yeah, I got her gold. But look at that. She gets magic. That doesn't really help. She needs armor. Just the fact that I use her all the time and she's low rarity that I went ahead and gold medaled it. Probably not a top priority either. If you look at the troops I have medaled, you can tell like which ones you should medal first, kinda. Some of these are just low rarity. I was doing them for the Jeff achievement. But like Bandit gets summoned in all the time. Into first slot. So it's a good one to do. Not anymore, really, though, because of the trait thing. I have a gold medaled non-fully ascended bandit, which is super rare. You only see people from a long time ago to have that. You can see I don't have stealthy there. But I have them gold medaled, which is impossible. So maybe that's not a good example. But like your bounty troops, they're really easy to medal. And I use Corpse Mare all the time. So I medaled that one. Durability, it's in first slot a lot, so that's a decent one to do, would be Corpse Mare. We've gone over this before, but like your Guardians, they're common, so they're so easy to medal. And they get magic and attack, they use both of that. So that's really good ones to do are your Guardians. Your Guardians and your Bounty Troops is pretty easy. Like the Bounty Troops that you use, like Tigraki, Corpse Mare, all those are good because they're easy to medal and you use them. And then the Guardians, they're common and you use them and they get benefit from it. So they're a good option to medal. Got the Deviled Eggs. Get summoned in. I did Divine Ishbala. I might have just needed her for something, but she gets all the stuff she uses, so it wouldn't be a top priority. Like all the Guardians, you know? Got Gargoyle. Gains attack, which he boosts off attack. Boosted by all allies' attack. High King Iron Gut. He gets attack. His Devour is based on his attack. So when you're meddling something, make sure they're getting something out of this extra stats. Otherwise, you're just adding like some durability to something that... Like Magma Dragon's a good... It gets magic. And you're doing the Phoenicia Magma Dragon team where you need that little bit of extra AoE damage sometimes. It's a really, really good one to do. It's one of the first ones you should do. Magma Dragon. If you have the Fomag team, if you can get Phoenicia and Magma Dragon both gold medal, that's probably one of the first things you should do other than all the low rarity ones. Leprechaun, I just use it all the time, you know? Marilith, sometimes she's in first slot. I just use her a lot. Durability for when she's in first slot. Ogress, bounty troop I use on every bounty team. Might as well. Guardians, of course. Phoenicia, bang. The first two mythics I think you want to do are Phoenicia and High King Irongut, right? And that takes a while to have enough Nisha medals or whatever to do that. So it's almost like, do Phoenicia, do High King Irongut, then come talk to me later. Because it's not easy to do. And Queen Titania, for sure, she boosts off of magic. She gets magic. She hits all enemies. She's a good one. Not that I use her a ton, but... Tigraki, of course. Why not? Thrall is a common that you use all the time. Why not? Etc. Yao Gui hits harder. I think he gets magic, right? A little bit. But yeah. That'd be the rundown on meddling, unless you have more, like... Rowan and Queen Beatrix, though. Not the first ones you should do. But I think I explained it good enough for that. Alright, we're 2 hours in. Let's try to get something good from a vault key before we get out of here. Like, I want to see something good on the screen as we're saying goodbye. Dervisha says, I was using Rowan and Queen Bee as examples. Right, okay. Well, hopefully I answered your question. If not, just ask again. I'll try to do better. Joshua says, okay, well, I didn't realize for a team bonus, only 2 troops from the same kingdom are needed. So I'd rather send the soul. Right. Like I said, the bonuses you get from pets really aren't that big of a deal. There's some troop-specific pets that boost up really good troops that are decent. But other than that, other than like the Mimic and Lucky and the Moon and stuff, it's never gonna be that big of a deal. The Delve pets, like the Starry pets, help you while you're doing the epic trials. But do you ever really have a team where everything's from the same kingdom unless you're doing unless they make you do it? I bet you if I went down all my teams that I have made right now, none of them are all from the same kingdom. That only happens sometimes during certain events. I mean, get every boost you can get, but sometimes some things are more important than other things, and... Like, what do we got? Adana this week? I mean, that one's a kind of a bad example, because you could double up on certain things and get a little boost out of it. I guess Valpaki is a bad example, too, because you got... But, like, Keytar, when are you going to have multiple Keytar? I don't know, like... Stormheim, I guess you can make your giants a little bit tougher. Just don't think it's that big of a deal. Of course I want it, because I'm high level and I'm doing everything, getting every stat I can get, but I'm talking about mid-game to low game. I wouldn't be, like, crying in my cereal if I didn't get a starry pet. I got other things to worry about. Oh, we got a major orb. If that's a minion or a glory, that'd be a good stopping point. Nope. I don't like blue. Hunter says, all my kingdom trials are done up to the epic trials. I did those a long time ago for the resources, but I've decided to skip the epic trials for now. Won't be a big deal. Joshua says, I still think a good plan would be to really only go all out on starry pets that are more worth having fully ascended if a player has a low gem orb stack. Yep. Like in your example where you said you only had like 2,000 gems, you probably shouldn't buy every single starry pet. That costs gems. People don't have as much gems as you think they do. They're hard to get. It's the most valuable resource in the game. It's the premium resource. Not everybody has so many gems that they can buy a starry pet all week, then buy a starry pet all week, and then buy a starry pet all week, and then do Silver Necropolis, get that to level 500, Pure Faction, buy all those potions you need for that. Then we got Guild Wars next week. You got to buy a bunch of Sentinels or whatever. Some people can't survive that much gem investment. So one thing that's got to go is the Starry Pet or whatever. You got guild events you got to do. You can't just take gems from your guild and not reinvest. The world event. Maybe there's a pet that pops up on Wednesday that you only need 3 more copies. You got to buy a couple baskets or something. Like, you're never safe with gems until you have at least 10k, and even then, you really want like 20k. So if we're not talking about 10 to 20k gems or more, you're not safe. Just trust me. They have very gem-intensive weeks back-to-back sometimes. That's why you got to go all out on the vault events. And tribute. If you can. KLR said, well, thanks. Didn't recognize any in the bonus. Hey, now we know, man. I didn't know that's how it worked either. Now I know, too. Chad's taking a poop. Joshua says, but still try to play all battles and get at least 6 for sure. No problem, Dervicious. There's a lot of smart people in the chat. Tyrion says, try running a 4 times unique troops same kingdom on that kingdom's week. The bonuses. Oh, that's a good idea. Like during the kingdom week and you got the Starry Pet. Then it would kind of add up a little bit. Especially if you have the right typing, too. Like, the typing and the Kingdom and the Starry Pet. It could stack. I'm talking more about mid to low game players with not a lot of gems. Than, like, a high level player. With all the stats and all the pets and... Sometimes it's like, do you use this meta team that you know is going to work, or do you make some... random kingdom team, unless you already have one ready. Most of the time you're going to use that meta team that you already know works instead of making some full kingdom thing just for the stats. If you're doing pet battles, you're going to run Fomag, whether or not you got extra stats from a kingdom or a typing or a pet or something. Or Diamantina. Are you going to not use your Diamantina? And you're going to go do some kingdom, full kingdom team instead? I doubt it. If you have a certain Explore 12 team that works and you know it works and you get your boss chests in a certain amount of time, and are you going to switch to a different team just to take advantage of certain percent bonuses and pet bonuses and stuff? Probably not. You might do it a little bit, but something to keep in mind for sure. One of those things to think about. It's like right now I'm doing vault keys. If I was really trying to go fast, I'd probably use Fomag. I don't think I would think about my Starry Pet and what Kingdom's week it is and all that business. Sade says, I mostly make teams from same kingdom and class. Joshua says, would you still take Orbs of Power if Major Orb gave you that? I don't know. That's what I was kind of thinking a little bit while I was saying that. Would I want to end the stream on a Power Orb? Maybe, because it's so rare. Not that I want it, just that it's super rare. So it'd be cool to have on the screen, I guess. Brown, yellow, green skulls. And then as soon as I say it, I don't have any. There we go. Probably should have just got up Wrath. Oh, we got that. And let's do it again. And let's do that. I was hoping nobody saw that. Tyrion said we found out the pet bonus stack back when Nexus came out and we got second elemental pet. We were all confused until we saw the stats were more than normal. Josh says if nothing else, another 6 pets next cycle from an epic trial. Reset means less. Yep. Rainman says question opinions on newest class and traits. What's your newest class for Switch? Did you guys get Geomancer or... You know, with the Switch, I gotta know. Our newest class was the Spirit... I always say it wrong. Is it Spirit Walker? I always say Spirit Caller or something like that. I always get that one wrong. I want to call it Spirit something instead of what it really is. Geomancer, we can look at it. I don't think I have it fully leveled yet. The best part about it is the 50% start for Construct. I know that for sure. Trying for that instant kill. Whatever, come on. Why is he using this team? Well, you know, just leveling up my knight. If I get behind the 8 ball and I need to get all my keys open, I'll switch to Fomag. 24 gem keys is a good drop, but I don't really need that. Oh, you're asking about the Spirit something? Yeah, I should start calling it Spirit something, because I always forget its name. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, come on. Ah, come on. I wanted it to keep going. That's the funnest part about this team. Sometimes it'll just go and it won't stop. And you'll kill everybody on the other team. And then you're like wishing it would stop because it's still going even when the battle's over. Let's look at it. It's a good defensive class, right? It's not gonna steal a bunch of mana. I think that's the main gimmick. Spirit Walker. Walker Texas Ranger. Well, the traits are... Drain 2 mana from a random enemy when an ally casts a spell. That's pretty cool. If you're using, like, a loopy team, you can drain a lot of their mana. Because it's not per turn, it's per when you cast. Say you're using Gob Truffle, and you're just looping them to death. Or I guess Todd would be a better example. Todd Greenwood. You just loop and loop and loop and loop. Enemy never has any mana. Spell Armor. It's always an okay trait. Then you got the Arcane, the Life, and the Forest. 50% start. Always good. Root Trap. Nature's Aura. Always decent. Purification. Purification's a good one for the 5. Root Trap's a good one for the 10. You have to choose between Mana Source and Nature's Aura. You always freaking have to choose between a 50% start and a Storm. I hate that. Bonus purple, bonus green. But yeah, I mean, that's the main gimmick, is the stealing the mana thing. The 3rd trait. Then a 50% start. So it's a class that has a 50% start, and it steals mana every time you cast. And then you can also have a Root Trap, a Cleanse, and a Green Storm if you want it. It's not bad. I don't use it too much. Unless I'm using Todd Greenwood or something, I think. Alright, let's find that awesome thing to end the stream on. Carl is here. How's it going, Carl? Geo also has some nice skull damage reduction. Joshua said, I think people should remember in regards to epic trials that new kingdoms usually appear in the cycle for a few weeks back to back. Yup. They don't exactly go in a cycle like they used to, do they? I remember on the forums people saying they hadn't seen a certain kingdom for like 9 months or something when it should have came around every 30-something week. Whatever it was. They missed it. I don't like when they do that. I'd rather know what's coming based on a cycle instead of just having to trust them or rely on them to do it right. Sometimes they skip kingdoms and they just brush it under the rug and they don't tell you about it really. Like, oh, this week we're going to do a kingdom pass for this kingdom, or we're going to put out a new kingdom, or we're going to do something special. So it was supposed to be this kingdom's week, but we're not going to do that kingdom's week. We're going to do this other thing that we're doing, this kingdom pass, or this new event, or this new kingdom, or whatever. And instead of putting that other kingdom off until the next week, they like skip it. So now you got to wait forever. I feel like that's what they do. You would think they would just postpone whoever's turn it is until the next available week. But I think instead they just totally skip it. So that means you're screwed if you need that kingdom. Everybody else don't care because maybe they don't need that kingdom and they're just happy to have a new kingdom or a new event or whatever it is. Most people aren't paying attention. Maybe they don't do that like that every time, but I swear they've done it before. Another chance! No, I like purple. I do like purple. But I have so many right now. I really got to get off here and go adult pretty soon. I might have to switch to Fomag in a sec. Let's switch to Fomag after this battle because I gotta go adult. But I want to finish on something good. Come on, man. Then I won't have to think as much. I can just press buttons. I think that's some people's goal with this game. They don't want to touch the board. They just want to press the spells. And win. Come on, Wrath. You fart knocker. There we go. And there we go. And okay. Get him. Ah, come on. There we go. Ah, come on. Stupid dummy. Wrath, are you going to give me what I want, or am I going to switch to Fomag? Last warning. Nope. Let's lock it in, then I'll switch my medals. I feel like sometimes... This is definitely faster and more brainless. We're just trying to open them up. Might not even need it. There's my tribute, too. I got... Was that 12? It's annoying. Alright, let's get something good, please. Okay. What are you doing? Come on. Making me take a red. What? I don't want hoagie. Hoagie sounds good though, I'm hungry. I had a calzone the other day. I still got some of it in the fridge. But yeah, on this live stream, if you're just now getting here, we checked out the Stormheim trials for next week. I talked about a dog attack that happened to my dog. Doing vault keys now. We were doing Silver Necropolis for a little bit. I did a little bit of the world event. Nothing, everything was pretty topical. There was no, I did all the boring stuff before I got started. Like adventure board and dungeon and etc. Mostly topical, exciting things. Bunch of gold. I mean, I like gold, but it would have to be a giant stack of gold to make me excited. I got almost 20 million, or no, I almost got, I don't know. Yeah, I almost got 20 million, I think. Which is nothing compared to, like, Supernova. He's going for $1 billion. Billion gold, could you imagine? 24 gem keys, pretty good. This doesn't really float my boat, though. I'm just stacking gem keys to see how many I can get at this point. Why'd I do that? Oh well. Sometimes you go on a dry streak with these vault keys and you're wondering, what's up with these vault keys, man? See, that's Duke. That's about as Duke as it gets. At least I got a couple gems, I guess. Almost missed that green. Come on, gnomes. Give me something good. Come on, Cedric. 6 gems. 24,000 gold. Definitely adds up, though. Just because I'm not getting super excited. It's way faster than any other farming you would do. I didn't mean to do that. See, now nobody's up. That's my fault. Still faster than Wrath in them. 6 gems, come on. It's like giving me Dookie on purpose now. Because I'm looking... That's part of this game, kind of. If you're on a bad streak, you don't want to keep going, usually. If you're on a good streak, you do keep going. I don't know if that's true. It just feels true. There's no mechanic in the game like that. If you're having really bad luck, just take a break, shut the game off, come back later, maybe play a different... Maybe play like a world event or a faction or something. Like, look at this. I keep getting crap. I should probably stop. I swear it's just gonna keep giving me crap. You're on a bad streak, it like keeps going. Let's see. Not too good unless that orb's, see? Another crap. Pile of crap. Confirmation bias. Have you ever heard of it? Let's do some more confirmation bias. Alright, alright, alright. That's pretty good. I'll take that. No! Bad luck, Chuck. Big stinky green just ruins it. I might have to just stop. I don't want to waste all my keys on this bad luck right now. Let's see. Another major. It's giving me chances. But it keeps giving me crap every single time. It's like a carrot on a stick. Oh, well, that's fine. Carrot on a stick, man. Alright, I'm gonna set a limit at this point. Because look at this. I like the Empress, but I already had it. I'm going to go down to 270 max. If we hit something good before that, we'll end on that. But 270, I'm not going to let this bad luck continue. I'm not going to let the poop streak in my underwear get longer. We already got one. I'm going to go wash my underwear and take a bath. Wipe my butt. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And combined with the 16, almost 17,000 gold and the gem key, I think that's good. I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to press my luck any further. 120 gems. I would take that every time. So I'm going to end the stream there. Anyway. Thanks for joining me today. I might have an Elden Ring later today. I haven't played yet. I gotta fight that boss and then record it and then put it out. So I don't know. Maybe it's late tonight or something. But as far as what you're wanting to see, spoilers are tomorrow. Gems of War spoilers for next week will come out tomorrow morning. Monday, we just back at it. World event scoring. We got Guild Wars next week. We'll have the World event teams, of course. The weekly preview going over the Soul Forge and everything else. Tuesday, faction teams at Reset. Wednesday, next live stream, 11:30 a.m. EST. The last live stream before the Chatathon, which is next weekend around this time. I'll let you know Saturday or Sunday as soon as possible. And, of course, it'll start at like 5 in the morning at the latest. So I might need some people from the UK, from wherever you're from, different countries where it's not so early, to come keep the stream going. Do you know how a chatathon works at this point? First hour's free. After that, $1 every 3 minutes type of stuff. And, yeah. I think that's what it is. I always doubt myself when I say that. But yeah, $5 every 15 minutes. So, if I start up the stream, it goes an hour, nobody's there, and nobody keeps it going, then it just ends. And now it's just a weird early live stream that no one came to. So, trying to get the word out, trying to promote it a little bit. It's a week from now. You'll be annoyed with it by the time it gets here, because I'm going to keep talking about it. But yeah, that's how it works. It's every other month. We don't do it every single month, even though technically, I guess, I did the After Dark last month. It was a mini chatathon. I didn't do 8 hours or anything. It was just like 3 or 4. DC with that giant gifted during that one. Still the record. So yeah, chatathon next weekend. Everything else I just said. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks for joining me today. I'll catch up in the chat too. Here, let's catch up in the chat. Spirit Drain works really well with Todd. Yep. Talents look alright. Yep. Look good. Tyrion says this may be the first 50% start hero that not having 50% may not be better. That green storm could be better. Yep. Especially if you're using on a team that needs a bunch of green like Todd or something. Kills me, it's either, I know. Every time. It's like, I want a 50% start class. So you go look at the 50% start classes, and then you're like, I want a green storm. And then you're like, oh, I have to choose between the two? Come on. That works when you have a troop that also starts the right typing or whatever with the 50% start. But it is annoying when you have to choose. I feel like, is it Archmagus or something? There's another class. A lot of them have that, so. I think Necromancer, maybe. There's another one where it's like, you always got to choose between the two. It's the best Todd persistence class anyway. King G City, good to see ya. Chad says, already then, I'm off to work. Take care, everyone. Thanks, Cinny. Aggressively fondle that like button on the way out. Finger the thumb. Chad's going to work again, man. That guy works all the time. MG says that was Darkstone Cinny, missing since 14 months. Right, yeah. It was something. You're right. You're probably right. I forget which one it was. Any whispers of fixing random dragon eggs in the future? Saving Dragonite? I think that's always gonna stuff like that's always gonna happen eventually. I don't think there's any plans at the moment, right? The Dragonite Gnome was like their solution. There was whispers about them maybe making it to where you get 4 of a dragon and then it stops dropping, but I don't think they committed to that or anything. I think they fixed it with the Dragonite Gnome, honestly. So just save your gems up, stack them up, and then maybe buy Dragonite once you hit 10k and set a limit like I'm doing. Or just go super hard in the Vault events. You can get Dragonite through the Vault events. Joshua says, if you're talking about the randomness of the eggs and which dragon you get, I don't think it will be fixed. The dev like the players spending gems on Dragonite, for sure. I say like one day they'll fix it. I mean like a year from now or something crazy. Whenever there's a bottleneck, they fix it eventually, but they love to let you squirm for a while. Because you're not supposed to get Diamantina unless you're super high level. They have to put things in the game for the high level players. And like every player looks at Diamantina and they want it. So then there's 75% of the players complaining about how you get it because it's really hard. But in reality, it's only supposed to go to the high level players. Not every single person's supposed to have Diamantina. So the people that can afford to buy Diamantina are the ones that are going to get it first. And then the super lucky people will get it next. And eventually everybody will get it. But you're also going to level up and level up and level up by the time you get it. And then eventually you'll be a high level player. And eventually you'll get Diamantina like you're supposed to. But if you're level 1000, you shouldn't be super worried about Diamantina. You're not supposed to have it. Same with the Epic Trials. You're not supposed to complete all the Epic Trials if you're level 1000 or something. It's a high level thing. They have to add things into the game for the high level players, or why else would they stick around? They add stuff for the beginners, they add stuff for everybody, then they add stuff for the in-game players. Sometimes when they add things to the game, it's for the in-game players and not for you, or not for a beginner, and not for a mid-game. So it's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be something you can do, because you're not an in-game player. You know, random figurative person that I'm no specific person here. The dog okay? I don't know, man. It's like we're keeping an eye on it type of deal. Keeping an eye on it. He may go to the vet Monday. He may be okay. Last time he was okay. This time was slightly worse. We're keeping an eye on him. I better go check on him now, actually. Joshua says, do you know if the big dog attacks your dog to be mean because it could be just playful and doesn't realize how rough it's being? Yeah, we don't, like, blame the dog. The dog don't know what it's doing. It's like the owners that let it get loose all the time. That's annoying. Next Palooza is the weekend of the 3rd. Yep, pretty sure. Last I checked it was. You know how they change stuff, but last I checked. Carrot on a stick, you play Minecraft, Cinny? No problem, Dervicious. Thanks for being here. Takes the 2 of us. I wouldn't be streaming to 0 people, probably. At least not for long. No problem, Rain Man. Joshua says, anyway, the Russell Terrier trial didn't work out. It kept stealing food from our other dog and not letting him. So other... Oh, okay. No problem, KLR. Make it a habit. Come back next time. I think this is the first time I've seen you. If not the first, then like second or third, you know? You have a nice one too, Sane. Thank you, Joshua. Tyrion says they mentioned Target and Dragonite Gnome last year. We got Gnome early, but no comment recently about Target Dragon. For sure, Allie. Get him out of the house. Alright, y'all. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me today, Allie, Tyrion, Joshua, Sane, KLR Jenkins, Rainman, Dervicious, Mr. Extreme. I have played Minecraft, Mr. Extreme. I got to the thing where you go to the portal and there's like the dragon, but I'm not some expert Minecrafter either. I only played it like once. Once for like a month, you know what I'm saying? Like Joshua, Rainman, Chad, DC, MG, King City, King G City 88. Rainman, Joshua, Chad, KLR, Ali, Bandy, Carl Schneider, Tyrion Shark, the newest member. Once again, gotcha. Gotcha. KLR, Hunters Hybrid Gaming, Dervicious MG, KLR, Ali, Tyrion, DC United, Chad, Arrow Stormforge got gifted. I don't know if he was here, but he got gifted. MG, DC gifted a membership. Thank you so much. You're a legend. Tyrion's a legend of Gems of War, and DC United's a legend of the Sinnycool channel. Joshua, MG. A lot of smart people in the chat today. There always is, but... Maka Felix. Thank you for that continued support there. Ali, Maka, Joshua, Hunters, Sane, Rainman, Tyrion, Lord Augustin, Z Hunter 31. Are you Z Hunter? Richard Burns was here today. Is that your real name? Ah, if it is, that's cool. If it's not, that's cool. Let's hope nobody calls you Dick. Z Hunter. Anya was here today. Got gifted at least. Did we see Anya? Am I tripping? Some of y'all I like to see once in a while, like Ali and Anya and Maka. Make sure y'all are good. Gidralis was here. Christian was here, by the way. Copy. Copy, aka Christian. He has many names. Chad had to pounce on him like the dog next door. Wonderful. Alright, it won't let me go back any further, but I appreciate all y'all legends that ran out to the train today. Peace out. For the epic trials, kill the true damage first, those who are still struggling. Yeah, use that freaking, Panther. The Panther. Alright, we'll see you guys. Have a good one. You're the best. Thanks for watching. Spoilers tomorrow. I'm gonna go check on my dog and get some food. Peace out.